Welcome back to... Because I needed to put on the microphones. Welcome back to Myth Machine Delta Green. Puppet shows and shadow plays. I think we're on session 4. And this is a story... This is a horror game of cosmic horror and about the destruction and end of everything. So I'm sure it's going to go fine for everybody. The show is rated R because it's a cosmic horror game of everything's destruction, including the character's mental and physical health slowly but surely. Or maybe very quickly, who knows? Maybe one of the characters will melt at some point, who knows? I don't know. I know, but they don't. I also don't know, because I don't know how they're gonna roll. I am your handler, Mikhail, and who do we have with us this wonderful time?
I am Darian, playing Special Agent Brian Fenton, FBI criminal investigator and cult lover.
And loving the occult has never hurt anyone in this game.
Not yet.
Except his sanity, I think. A little bit.
Yeah, barely.
Yeah, he took a little bit of sanity loss. But he went to therapy. Everybody went to therapy after that first weird case, didn't they? Some more than others. Okay, who's next?
I'm Harper. I play Cora Franny Talbot. Avid, what's the word? Forklift enthusiast?
Avid forklift driver. Very unusual for Delta Green Agent, but we're fine with that. Because sooner or later, we're going to need a forklift, right, guys?
Of course.
Yes, I'll go next. Hi, I'm Briar. I am playing Dr. Alex Blair, who is probably regretting this already. Regretting being here.
That's what we do in Delta Green. We regret our life choices, but we follow the consequences of our bad life choices to the bitter end, don't we? That's what we do. Unfortunately, our fourth player won't be joining us this time because real life is terrible. Also, unfortunately for you, I completely forgot about something last time, which I remembered now before the session started. So I'm gonna ask everyone, as we go immediately here, to roll a sanity check for violence.
Oh.
Yep. Because you have just been ambushed by gunfire. And that is something you actually roll sanity checks for in this game. Oh, Brian is so tired. That's what. He's exhausted. He actually loses a whole sanity point. And that also
that means I'm now...
You are now adapted to violence because it's the third time you take this. That's fun, isn't it? Ripple effects, folks! Oh dear. You are getting... It's either that or you can project the sanity loss onto a bond if you prefer that.
No, I'll take the one hit.
Okay, the thing is, when you get adapted to the awfulness, you will lose permanently 1d6 points from your charisma and the same amount to every bond. Okay, we're going with this. On the other hand, you will always succeed with your sanity checks against violence sources. Always minimum sanity loss for that. Brian Fenton has now gotten to the point of the 1,000-yard stare. And actually is coming out of it decently, apparently.
My charisma goes down to 6.
No, it goes down to 8 because it was at a 10.
You changed it already, okay.
Yep. I'm way ahead of you.
Excellent.
There's a bunch of bonds here that will go down a little bit, including your bonds to the other people around you. But I have a feeling that none of them break. Which is a good thing, because if a bond actually breaks and goes down to 0, you have to roll sanity for helplessness. And I had one time a character get exactly this situation with adapted to violence, and then they had 4 bonds break at the same time because of the charisma check. And then they had to roll the helplessness checks for every single of those bonds. That was intense. Anyhow, here we're lying on the ground because you've been shot at, and Talbot needs to decide what to do next.
Violence.
Yes!
Inordinate amounts of it, I believe.
Yeah, okay. Violence it is. You woke up this morning and you chose violence.
Yes, I am truly a goose at heart.
The question is, how are you going to do violence? It's 300 yards of more or less open terrain, though there is lots of shrubberies and rocks strewn about. You have a shotgun, which is absolutely terrible at this range. You can't really do anything with it.
I think I accidentally skipped my turn. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. Oh, there you go. What do we want to do?
Let's
Are we
see,
going to
what?
charge up ahead towards the cave? Are we going to crawl on our bellies slowly?
I currently have nothing else to do right now, so yeah, let's crawl over there, do a little slither up the hill.
A little slither, yeah. Crawling takes forever and a half, but you're going to start moving slowly up towards the cave, hoping to not get shot. You're definitely way too far away to have a good shot at this point with a shotgun, so you can use the entire time to just crawl between various rock formations and hope that nobody up there sees you. Colorado's, we've already taken care of our deputy here, haven't we, Dr. Blair?
Yep.
In a very clutch way. Colorado's does not have to deal with that anymore. He is going to bring out his own rifle, and he's gonna say to the rest of you, I'll provide covering fire, and he's gonna line up himself there between a couple of rocks and just start taking pot shots on the cave. It's very far away, so it's not gonna be easy to hit anything in there, but he's sure gonna try. According to the rules here, if you're being shot at and you're not adapted to violence, I believe, you have to duck automatically or spend a sanity point to remain standing when you're taking fire. Covering fire is a thing. Suppressing fire is a thing. Yeah, he starts shooting. We'll see if it has any effect at all. I don't think the deputy is going to do a whole lot at the moment aside from trying to get out of his stunned condition, which he will succeed with. He is actually going to grab his gun. He's not going to stand up or anything. He still took a walloping there. But yeah, he's going to produce at least his sidearm and the shotgun, I guess, and crawl to some hiding spot as well. Nobody wants to poke their head up. I guess there might be another shot coming from that hill over there. That was a miss. Fenton, what do you want to do?
Guess I'll try to use the binoculars again to see if I can find the guy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Is it alertness?
Yes, please.
Or
I'm going to set it to a -20 this time because it's dark up ahead, but I think it was a -40 last time, wasn't it?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
71, it really doesn't matter. Because are we shaking, our hands shaking a little bit here maybe because of that sanity loss? So it's hard to see through the binoculars?
Yeah.
Oh, that might be the case. Blair, what do we want to do?
Is there zero cover across this whole area?
It's not 0-0 cover. It's you can run between various rocks. Take the chance that he won't be able to hit you while you're running between a couple of rocks, or crawl between them, which it's going to take a while. There's shrubs, thorny, tumbleweed style bushes that are good for giving you soft cover, so it should break lines of sight. You should be able to hide behind them, even if they won't stop a bullet. And that's basically the type of terrain. You can orient, maybe find... It's a rocky terrain. We're going up... We're on a mountainside after all, and here and there will be inclines, and maybe a pit suddenly opening up, and so on. So there's all sorts of broken features. Like, the ground is not flat at all here. You can certainly find your way to various hidey holes here and there. But it's going to be a slow crawl or very quick rushes between spots and hoping that whomever is up there won't be able to take a shot at you.
I'm gonna play it safe and crawl for now.
That makes sense. Alright, so we are crawling, are we, Talbot? Slowly but surely to get up there?
Sorry, I forgot my headphones sometimes mute. Just crawling up there all short and angry. I'm gonna get you! I'm gonna get you! I think mostly she's just remembering that one time in Louisiana, I think, where she just froze up during the fight and everyone else
She did, yes.
almost died. So she's like, that's not happening. It's not happening.
It isn't. This time you are pressing on, slowly but surely, moving towards your goal here. And you can hear the clickety-clack, click-click-click-clack, as Colorado's reloads and tries to take another shot. And again, does not hit anything. I thought he had better firearms than that, but there you go. It's not easy to hit anything over there, that's for sure. Yeah, we're gonna keep crawling, I guess, everybody. Right now, it's very silent from up there. It's almost like the guy is aiming, maybe? Or is he out of ammo and needs to reload every second time? Or what's going on? We can't really be sure. What are we gonna do, Fenton? Keep crawling?
Oh, sorry. So Fenton is going to start moving forward, like in a crouch moving, and he's going to be firing towards the cave. Not necessarily firing at the guy, more like laying down suppressive fire.
Yep. Fenton has a shotgun.
I'm using my pistol.
Oh, you're gonna shoot your pistol? Yeah, it's like a 300-yard shot at this point. Or 250-yard shot. Yeah, almost 300.
Like I said, it's mostly just to put lead down range.
Yep.
And then he's going to just start advancing forward, moving between rocks and shrubs.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, so Blair, you're also crawling forth, I guess?
Yep, still crawling.
Talbot, crawling forth. You have Fenton and Colorado's taking shots. Colorado's knows what you're trying to do here, you guys, so he's just gonna let you do that by basically having the unknown subject shoot at him. Because that might be a good idea. Or not?
Yeah.
Are there any large rocks or other forms of cover nearby?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, here and there's going to be I'm sure there's been a couple of rocks tumbling down from higher up, and you can hide behind those.
Yeah, because she heard the stop, so she's kind of, okay, they're aiming. I don't want to be an easy target.
That makes sense. Well, little by little, every once in a while, you hear the report from Colorado's rifle going out. He's also going to shout, "This is the tribal police! Come out!" And he keeps firing. And it's led downrange. That's basically what we can do right now, isn't it? Slowly but surely. I think this is gonna take a while, you guys. A bit of an eerie silence has come down over this area. But after some time, you are gonna get closer to this place. The question is, how close do you want to get before you're gonna start doing rash things like running up there all in a huff? That's what I want to know. 4 of you, including the deputy, have been running up. Fenton, I'm just gonna space you out here a little bit on this other map that I'm opening up. And we'll see how... Colorado's isn't on the map just yet, because he's so far behind you guys. He's been doing the shooting to make sure that you can all get up there somehow. Yeah, Blair, you're lying on your stomach, I'm pretty sure. Fenton and Talbot too. The deputy's coming up with you as well. You don't have a whole lot of ground left to cover. Say 40 yards left. Everybody's sweating profusely at this time because you've been exerting yourself under the Arizona sun this afternoon for quite a while. You're gonna need a change of shirts, that's for sure. Hasn't been much noise coming from the cave mouth in terms of gunshots for a while, which is a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know. You decide.
Maybe we hit him.
Maybe. Who wants to be the first person to rush up to the cave opening and check that out?
I'll do it.
Is this the cave opening?
I'll do it. No, you stay back.
Well, I just wanted to move up to like right here, at least.
I can see that. I can see why you might want to do that.
Well,
Talbot is the first one to get to do anything because Talbot is so fast. She is faster than a viper.
She's ready to go. She knows what she wants and she's going for it.
Yeah. So to add a thing, to be mean, I just clicked on the pause here because I don't think I have told you about movement. You can run 30 meters sprinting in this game, so in a turn. And that would bring you up to basically this curve here, like over there, basically. Here. So is that something we want to do, Talbot? Okay.
Is there a catch? You phrased it like there was a catch.
You can get shot at by anyone who saved their action from last turn. The unknown subject, perhaps.
I'll be fine.
Fortune favors the bold.
Of course. Rushing
Have you ever
over
heard
there.
of a goose? Have you ever heard of a goose at a park getting hit? No, you have not. I am invulnerable.
Because you are the forklift operator, let us not forget that. You have run up to the mountainside, and nobody has killed you.
Told you I'm invincible.
Right? Absolutely, that's exactly what you are. Our volunteer here, our deputy, will crawl up here and scream once again, and now that he's close enough to effective gun range, he's actually going to take a shot to cover Talbot. Of course, it's going to be way too late to cover Talbot, but maybe it'll cover Fenton and Blair going after him. He's using his handgun, and he's just getting some lead down range there for you. Blair? What do we want to do? Meanwhile, Colorado's is probably going to start running from behind you all, but he's way behind everybody. Blair?
I didn't realize I was muted. Okay. Will I be able to run over to here?
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, I'm gonna get up and just run over there and get cover again.
I'm gonna be an absolute evil person and ask you for an athletics check, seeing that you are climbing up the steep area here.
Oh no.
I'm sure it's gonna go fine though.
Nope.
Not at all. I'm not. Since it wasn't a fumble, you're not gonna take any damage. But I'm gonna say that as you're trying to rush up there, some loose rocks come right out from under your feet and make you slide down again, and you're not gonna quite get to your objective this turn. So you're gonna be lying there with lots of Arizona dust in your face.
That's no fun.
You would know, because you are the one who lives in Arizona, apparently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not fun.
I have no idea. I've never been to Arizona. Fenton!
All right. I'm
Would
gonna
you favor
run
the
up.
Fenton?
No, probably doesn't. I'm gonna run up to here.
Alright. Lie down behind a big rock.
And I'm gonna peek around the rock and take a look at the cave's entrance. What do I see?
There doesn't seem to be anyone in the immediate entrance, which is probably a good sign.
I'm gonna point my gun at that entrance, and if somebody walks out, I'm gonna shoot.
That makes sense. Very well. I guess it's time for Talbot again.
Can I run into the cave?
You can, but is that a good idea?
I am invulnerable. We have established that.
Have we? Have we really?
Yes.
Okay then, apparently we have. So, Talbot will rush up ahead to get to the cave mouth. Should I move your token?
Oh, yes, please. I'm sorry.
I don't know what's happening here, but okay.
Okay.
We're moving up to the mouth of the cave, right there. It's very dark in there because of the confined space. Hard to see in. Peeking in, nobody's actually taken a shot at you yet. And I think Talbot, in the back of your mind, you're not an idiot. You have a decent intelligence. I have a feeling that Talbot is, a voice in the back of Talbot's head is whispering, "Why are you taking these risks, you fool?" But so far, no, even as you're just peeking around the corner to look into the cave, nobody has taken a shot at you. And I'm assuming you're doing the peeking with full cover to everything except that one eyeball that you're using to look down the...
Yeah.
Am I right or am I right?
Yeah.
Or am I super wrong? You can tell me if you are being more foolhardy than that. I'm happy to take your head off with a gunshot.
Phryne may be dumb, but she's not stupid.
I don't think Phryne is dumb at all. She has a good intelligence, a pretty solid intelligence. Up to back you up here, and he's gonna ask you, see anything?
No, and that's what worries me.
Alright, Blair?
Yeah, I'm just gonna try once again to get behind this rock.
Yeah, this time you will make it. Look, you're behind a rock. You can look in that general direction and just put your gun down range. It's actually an excellent position to shoot right into the cave opening. Of course, you can't really see anything in there because it's too dark, but at least you can give good cover until Talbot steps into the actual tunnel, in which case you would shoot her in the back, but...
Yeah, I'm not gonna take that risk.
Fenton! Talbot is up ahead, the deputies as well.
Yep, I'm gonna catch up to him.
That won't be a problem. Just running up there.
Yep, run up to right here
Yeah,
if I can.
absolutely.
I'm gonna unswing the shotgun now.
I'm gonna say that you are, in fact, not prone at this stage, right?
Correct. And then unswing my shotgun and
Yeah, the shotgun will be very useful in this situation, because confined space, you will hit basically anything that is in the tunnel if you just poke the barrel in and pull the trigger. So, Talbot, what do we do next? Are we gonna be the reckless person who runs in front of Fenton's shotgun? Do you have a shotgun with you? You do?
I do.
Talbot!
Someone gave me one.
Yeah, someone, I don't know who the irresponsible person might be, but they did.
It was me.
Yeah, there is... You can't see much in the dark there. Do you want to do a quick alertness check to see if you can see anything?
It would hurt.
Alertness. Look at that. You are absolutely sure that in the first part of the tunnel here, there is nobody. It looks very clear. But there are nooks and crannies that you can't see beyond because of all the ragged nature of this rock formation. There could be anyone hiding behind any of those corners, and you would have no idea until you get around the corner.
I think I'm gonna move to right here, so I can then poke around the corner again next turn.
I'm thinking that you might have a flashlight as part of your equipment.
Yay.
Do we want to activate this flashlight?
Yes, please.
Very well.
Who keeps giving me all this stuff?
It's standard equipment, isn't it? And you were going to a cave, so I feel like
Makes
you
sense,
might
yeah.
have one of those. Now, you can twitch your own token here by shift scroll wheel while you're clicking on it, so you can move the... There you go.
Okay. Into the cave.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, let's stop there for a moment as you look into the cave, because you're going there and going around the corner with your shotgun and your flashlight. I guess the flashlight might be mounted on the shotgun, who knows. But the sight that you see when you come around the corner is absolutely gruesome. Absolutely gruesome. You can see skeletal remains, like lots of skeletons. At least two. You don't, this is a moment. You're just getting a really quick overlook. A couple of skeletons are lying there. There is another body that has lost the flesh around one of the legs. And there is a painting on the ground made out of sand. And there is a good opportunity here for you to roll sanity check for seeing the horrible things on the ground. These remains of people. Then apparently you have seen worse things in the past because you're not fazed by this.
Yeah, it's not great.
Your friend, the deputy, will of course come after. He's gonna bring up the rear here and help you cover things. I don't know that he has seen anything yet because I think you're standing in the way.
I just turn to him and I go, as warn him, hey, don't look too closely at anything. Yes.
Blair?
Seeing as two people have entered the cave and not been shot, I'm gonna assume it's safe.
That makes sense.
Just follow them over.
Yeah, you can in fact run all the way in there. I have a feeling that means that Fenton is going to be right on your heels and into the cave mouth as well, aren't you?
Someone's gotta guard the entrance and wait for Colorado.
That makes sense.
No, yeah, I'll move in as well.
Yeah,
And I'll mount the flashlight to my shotgun and move in.
As you're preparing to move in, you will hear the running steps of Colorado's behind you. He had 200 something yards to run, so it's going to take a moment or two, but he's going to catch up to you all in a turn or so. But yeah, there we go. You have a flashlight on.
Yeah.
Does he hear my warning, or do I have to turn back and repeat it again? Don't look. too closely at what's in there. Not good.
I think the deputy will look at you with what? And he holds his revolver, and he's just generally baffled and worried. I need to see this.
Okay, don't say I didn't warn you. I kind of let him pass.
Yeah, Talbot, it's your turn if you want to enter
Oh.
the place or not.
Yeah, guess I'm going in. Where was that? Like me. Yeah, I guess I'm ending up here.
Yeah. It's a terrible state of affairs. There's a sand painting on the floor. It's very strange.
Should I roll a cold for that?
I guess you can.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
You have no idea what this might mean. It's a sand painting of, just looking at, someone has been very skilled at making a sand painting here. It's a sand painting of a face, which looks Middle Eastern? A clean-shaven Middle Eastern man. The sand painting even includes his collar and tie. The deputy coming in will see the horrible sight in front of him, and yeah, that's bad. Apparently, he actually succeeds in not going absolutely crazy immediately, so that's a good thing for everyone. Apparently, Blair and Fenton, you're coming in as well?
Yep.
And yeah, I'm assuming.
Go ahead and roll as you see the.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get out of the way.
Well then, look at you go. Fenton, you can also move in.
Secret tunnel. Oh. Oh my.
And yeah, roll. Good
Critical
for you.
success. I regain sanity.
Oh.
No, you do not. Sounds good, but no. This is gruesome, though I think that these agents have seen some gruesome things before, so might not be the worst thing you've ever seen.
Do I recognize anything with this? The language that stuff is written in, or?
Oh, there's no actually writing on the floor. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
a painting, a sand painting of a person.
Sand painting of a person. Huh?
Yep. Which I know
See.
doesn't make any sense at all, but that's okay.
What's the person look like? Do they look like they're happy? Do they look like they're upset?
Not really. A handsome, vital man, perhaps Middle Eastern descent. He's wearing what looks like a finely tailored modern suit of some dark material.
A weird sand painting.
Yeah, maybe a little bit weird. Who knows? Must have had some
That's what-
meaning to whoever did it. Sand paintings are not uncommon in the anthropology here. But this particular motif... You have some
What's with all-
anthropology there, Fenton. You will know that the Apache use sand painting for sacred purposes, and certainly this is a sacred cave, so there has to be something sacred about the painting, but why they chose this instead of a depiction of some kind of Native American spirit or such?
I don't think the Apache made this. So what's with all this mess?
Yeah, that's 2 skeletons and a 3rd dead body that has been partially consumed, in the sense that one of the legs have lost all. Someone has cut off the meat from one of the legs. And when Colorados comes in here and sees all this, he's gonna be very distraught for obvious reasons. And he's gonna just say, "We should have come here earlier. You were right." And yeah, he's just, yeah. I think his world has collapsed a little bit, judging by his face, the expression he makes.
I'm just gonna say hindsight's always 20/20. And
That makes sense.
crouch by the body that's intact still. Is this one of the elders? Does it look like a newer body, an older body?
So there's 2 bodies that are in the state of partial loss of flesh. The young fellow who was sent as a messenger this morning has lost some flesh around the legs. And the other 3, the 3rd, you can tell just by the age that this is an older gentleman. And Colorados will simply draw the conclusion that the other 2 that are just bones by now must be the other elders, the other medicine men.
So something must have picked them clean, because there's no way the bodies were here nearly long enough to turn into full skeletons. That's not how that works.
How about we can do some forensics checks?
Can I gesture to one of the skeletons and turn to Blair and be like, "Are you able to tell if the skeleton was male or female, young or old? Were there any signs here?"
Do I need to roll medicine check for that, or do I just know?
You can roll a medicine check for that, or a biology check. That works too. Whatever you feel is most appropriate for the moment.
Can't believe I made that check.
I'm gonna say biology makes more sense.
Look at that.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you can definitely tell from. It's gonna take a little while, but I think your first impulse is to look at the hip bones and how they are constructed, and the fusion of the hip bones. These are not hip bones that are made to part during delivery. Your conclusion, logically, is that these are both males. As for their age, that would take a little bit longer to ascertain. But you would think that they are, because you rolled a critical success, that they are probably not very young. There are signs of broken bones that have healed over the years, and you will be very confident that you'll be able to ascertain their exact ages and so on once you're in a proper lab. But yeah, that's your suspicion here.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll just mention both of them seem male and possibly of older age, but I can't tell right now without the right equipment.
Okay, good, because that then means that our suspect is still out there. We're still looking. We know who we're looking for.
Not the wife.
I'm sorry, did you say not the wife? Or
Yeah, that's what you're saying. None of these are the wife.
yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
There's no new third person we don't know.
I sent you some extra clues there, Fenton.
I'm gonna squat down at some bodies and point out. Look at these pinpricks. Just like the bodies back at the morgue.
And you know what? Drained of blood.
Of course.
Just so pale. They have no lips left, basically.
Jesus.
Can I check the area for any plastic caps from EpiPens? Just to... I'm
yes,
following
you
up on a
can.
theory.
Why not?
Is that a... What check is that? Would that be a... Search? Oh, obviously it's a search check, okay.
Oh, look at that! A search check that succeeded quite well. Okay, this is a bit odd. There's like a weird, irregular rock sitting there. And I think you move it to check if there's anything underneath it, if anything hidden around here. And when you move it, it should be like 20 pounds or something. It's a good foot across the size of this thing. And it feels like maybe, what, 5 pounds instead of 10?
That's...
And the surface of this rock feels more like plastic than stone.
What color is it?
A bit grayish.
I'm gonna just show this thing to Fenton. What do you think of it?
What do I think of it?
Yes. It's really weird. You think it could be like an egg or something?
Describe it again? Yeah.
It's an irregular rock about a foot across. That's what it looks like.
It's an irregular rock about a foot across.
Yep.
I pick it up.
It's almost like a ball
I
with an
pick it up.
irregular surface, but it's just way too light to be a rock. And the surface feels completely smooth, like plastic.
So is it a fake rock?
You know
It's
what?
too...
Maybe I
Yeah,
should shake it.
maybe it is. It could very well be very fake rock. But
Shake
Yeah,
it.
like-
made of what?
I shake it. You said it made, well, it feels like it's made of plastic.
Yeah, that might be the thing. Maybe.
I shake it.
You shake it vigorously.
Is it hollow?
Not that you can tell.
I flick it a couple times. Does it sound hollow?
No, it doesn't really make any noises at all. It's just a smooth surface.
Should we break it?
I don't think we should let whatever is inside of it out.
Yeah, just in case that's spiritual. We don't want to be like
It's kinda
cursed or
like
something.
this.
Oh.
Oh,
Ah,
That's not what I was imagining at all.
it almost looks
Yeah.
like a pearl or metal.
can I just put that thing
Maybe.
in my backpack?
Hey, Colorado, does this mean anything to you?
Not at all, but it's evidence from the crime scene. We'll process it.
You
Oh, you're
take
not going
the
to put
rock.
it in your backpack, Talbot. Colorado, the deputy will put it in his backpack.
Are there any
Fine.
coyote prints in here?
What was that?
Are there any coyote prints in here?
We had a successful search check from Talbot. No, you can't see any.
Can I just say to Colorado's, I have a feeling there's something inside that rock. Maybe we should x-ray it for any explosives or any kind of anything that could possibly cause danger. I have a bad feeling about leaving this.
We're not gonna
unattended
leave it,
and
says Colorados. We're taking it back to the police station. Of course.
that's what I mean. I don't think we should leave it alone in a police station without properly examining it first. So I think just in case it might be an explosive or something, we should x-ray it, give it a proper examination, and then put it in with the evidence.
Sure, until we'll ask you then to speak to your people and get x-ray machines out here and take it from there. But until then, it's going to stay at the police station.
Yep.
He has nothing against a proper investigation of this thing.
Yeah, I think Talbot's just kind of like thinking back to just all of her work and has a bad feeling about the weird egg.
An egg, you say?
Yeah.
Are we playing Delta Green or Alien? Who knows?
I think mutually exclusive.
It's smooth and egg-shaped.
Maybe. Or pearl-shaped. Someone said pearl.
Yeah, I said it. The image looks like a pearl, just
Is
how it's made.
It's the biggest
Oh, well, how
pearl
it's
you've ever seen. Right. What do we want to do here? Or the other thing. We haven't had a forensics check from Talbot yet. Have we? No, we did
I
not.
don't think so.
Oh, Talbot is on a roll today, aren't you?
I am.
Look at you go. That was amazing. You know what? You are going to be able to lift some bloody fingerprints from the bones.
We should send these to a lab so we can check them with the wife's fingerprints, just to make sure we still know who we're looking for.
There are so many different fingerprint databases that you can consider. I don't know. Probably the tribal police has one because they will take fingerprints of local miscreants. State troopers will have their own fingerprint index for traffic violators and whatnot. Your FBI, you can access national fingerprint databases.
I think at this point in time, the national database was established.
Yep.
Which means that we'll have everything in one.
Yeah. Just send it out to every database.
Oh, no. That was
To the-
1999.
I'll send it to every database, basically, that's from here to Texas, or Dallas, more accurately, just to see if we get anything back.
Of course you will when you get back to San Carlos and can start faxing things to different places.
Yeah.
Faxes! It's 1994! We're using faxes around here. I think you can also conclude that whoever the perpetrator probably must have snuck out through one of these cracks here because they do lead up to the surface on top of the rock. But it's a very tight squeeze. Someone was very good at slithering up that way.
I could have footsteps wherever they lead to the surface.
Yeah, friends with the tribal police here have definitely been trying to establish that, but they're gonna be a bit unnerved when they're coming back from their investigation, because no tracks up there.
Of course there isn't.
Yeah, they are, both of them, their faces are just absolutely carved in stone at this point. They are gutted, most likely, and have run into this stone wall of where did the perpetrator go? Because there's only two ways out, and no tracks.
This equipment, is this from the elders or?
It's not. No. Nobody recognizes it, at least.
I'd like to start going through it.
Oh, it's very empty. Except maybe some pieces of flesh lying in there. Human flesh.
Oh.
What about all these broken vases?
Equipment for the medicine men.
Okay.
I think we should get all of this prepared and sent back for processing and
Yeah, Colorado's will have
yeah.
ordered the deputy to get back to the trucks and radio for help. It's gonna take a good while, and I have a feeling that you will be able to do this very careful examination of the cave while you're waiting for more people to come up here so they can properly retrieve the bodies and secure the scene and so on. Transport the bodies to the medical examiner. Dr. Gutierrez will be so stoked that he has even more things to examine, won't he? It's not like he still has another 10 sheep to examine, or Braverman, and yeah. There's a lot, isn't there?
Call for a second medical examiner.
Yeah, he's been working around the clock almost for the past little while. I'm sure he is very happy about that. Yeah.
I'm sure we're his favorite people.
Absolutely.
I'll get a hold of the pager from state police and let him know
Good
of the
idea.
shootouts and what we found, and if the suspects are somewhere on the run out in the desert, maybe they can do some helicopter fly around and see what they can find.
I can't fly over tribal lands. I'm a state patrol here. I need to have permission from the tribal police chief to do such a thing.
I turn to Colorado's.
Yeah, he'll just nod.
I'm here with the Colorado's right now. He said it's fine.
Yeah, you have my permission, Major Garrett, he says. Ah, very well then. I'll send the boys up. Happy to collaborate.
I do want to snap some pictures of the sand art.
Oh, of course. That's standard operating procedure. You're part of your forensic investigation. That's why I'm advancing the clock an hour or so, because you're doing a careful search of the whole crime scene, right? This is definitely a crime scene. It is a tribal crime scene given the victims, and it's on tribal lands. They have their own right to prosecute murders under tribal law, but so those pictures you're taking are going to, again, you're assisting Colorado's at this stage, right? With your expertise. So all these pictures are going to go to Colorado's and to the evidence locker at the San Carlos Reservation. So I guess we can advance. Are we going back to San Carlos then, I suppose? To San Carlos Center?
Yeah.
It's going to take a little while, of course, because getting extra help out there to shift the bodies, they need it. Like, I don't even know what kind of equipment they would, because I am not an outdoors person. Bringing a truck as far as they possibly can, and from there maybe four-wheelers that could carry a trailer or something. And then after that, it's going to be a whole affair to get everything back to Carlos. But over there, I have a feeling that DeLuca can share some findings with you on what she has discovered about the on the internets. Gee, I lose my thread here. About the UFO nuts. Apparently, so she will say. So DeLuca is played by Carol, who's not here right now. Apparently, the UFO community was very much interested in the starfalls and probably reported that it was aliens who were doing cattle mutilations and stuff in West Virginia during that particular period. But they never connected anything to murders or disappearances. And when someone was arrested in West Virginia for that, they were basically saying, this is all nonsense, it's a government cover-up again, remember Area 51, and so on and so forth. Apparently the UFO community, you can read it all on Saucer Watch's homepage. You can even watch it on Phenomenex, the UFO exploring channel on cryptid mysteries on cable TV late at night. They had the truth about it a bunch of months ago. They're not broadcasting that kind of stuff anymore. But there will be talk about these shows on various bulletin boards on the internet and discussion forums. Also, the complete tally of bodies that this person has left, or the several perpetrators have left in their wake, which is a lot, isn't it?
It's more than I would like to admit.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing that these many murders happened and nobody thought that there was a problem. There's
From
a
the
problem.
various materials from the various police departments across the country, and I'm gonna make sure that you can all see it. There we go, and there we go. Essentially, 4 months ago, homeless people in Nashville, Tennessee began to disappear. At least 21 in 3 weeks. The police investigation eventually centered on Father Willard Franklin of the St. Bartholomew's Shelter for the Homeless. Franklin was questioned by police, but committed suicide by disemboweling himself before a search warrant was obtained. Then 3 months ago in New Orleans, there was a series of grisly murders in the French Quarter. First there were disappearances, and then as the police and public became more vigilant, several bodies and parts of bodies were found stashed around the city. 3 weeks into the murder spree, a local man, David Charles, killed an unarmed homeless man who had broken into his home. The autopsy, which was made considerably more difficult because Charles had emptied both barrels of a 12-gauge shotgun into the tramp's abdomen, revealed traces of human flesh and blood in the dead man's digestive system. This homeless man's name was Elijah Jackson, and his last known residence was St. Bartholomew's Shelter for the Homeless in Nashville, Tennessee. David Charles left New Orleans for Houston a week after shooting Elijah Jackson. 2 days after he arrived in Houston, he was found disemboweled in his Houston hotel room. Police believed he did this to himself. 2 months ago, there were 17 related prostitute murders in Houston. Several people saw what seemed to be the same man in the company of each prostitute before she disappeared. Composite drawings based on their description led to detectives to a colleague, Houston police officer Kenneth Braverman. His car and license plate were identified. Corpses, or at least parts of them, were found hidden away in drainage pipes and abandoned buildings. All the corpses were drained of blood. Some had been sexually molested. Most showed signs that they had been field dressed like deer, and parts of the cadavers had been removed, leading to speculation that the killer was engaging in acts of cannibalism. When the investigation began to focus on Braverman, he murdered his children, kidnapped his wife, and fled Houston on July 1st. His whereabouts were unknown until you found the car in Arizona.
Found him disemboweled.
Yep.
Yep.
And his wife's running around with it.
Yeah, you haven't found his wife yet. Is she the one doing it now?
I'll put that other down.
We've yet to find her body, so
Yeah.
I suppose you do need to get her body.
we won't find her by just standing around here looking at the walls for another hour. Get this processed, and
I'm gonna assume, of course, that Talbot will be faxing the fingerprints to all relevant locations for a thorough database search, though that's gonna take a while, so probably like tomorrow, and the best case tomorrow morning, maybe tomorrow afternoon, who knows.
yeah, Talbot's really starting to lose patience with this whole thing. Hundreds of people are dead, and
Yep.
nobody really thought to get this thing fixed until a few weeks ago.
You had a clearly identified suspect who was, in every case, found dead. Case closed, right?
You'd think, but people tend to stick with what they know.
That
And
is
she's
fair.
also mad 'cause she's like, why didn't they consider the supernatural when people don't consider the supernatural until something supernatural happens?
How much, when you went through FBI school, how much did you get training in catching the supernatural?
None.
No,
Spent a whole week on it.
You're learning out on the job this time, isn't it great?
Yeah.
It's just about getting evening here, and I think Dr. Gutierrez will be like, oh my god, more victims. So he's gonna work on the autopsies, but I don't know, does Blair want to help him out with that?
Yeah, I'll come help out. That'll at least help make things quicker.
Yep, that's for sure. You have 4 bodies to go through. Why don't you roll a medicine check?
Hey.
Look at you go. You succeed with things.
Yay, finally.
We like this. Yeah, it's gonna be your evening. 4 bodies in various states of... yeah. What does Talbot and Fenton want to do? DeLuca has very important emails to send. Very important. All the emails.
Benson is going to take a nice strategic 2-hour nap to get rid of this
2-hour nap
penalty.
is not going to be enough to get rid of your exhaustion. I'm sorry. It's a full night's sleep.
That is lame and makes sense.
Doesn't it, though?
I'm going to wake up for my 2-hour power nap, upset that didn't work. And then,
But it's fine.
um,
Talbot,
with
what are you going to do while Fenton is having his power nap?
I think Talbot kind of pulls him aside after the nap. Are you all right? Because she's noticed he's with the desensitized to violence thing. She's just wondering if he's all right.
fine, just fine. Just a lot going on with this case. And I just want to get this solved before we get more and more bodies or we lose track of this thing.
I get that. Just don't let it get to you, because that's how it wins.
I'm fine, Talbot, really. Don't worry about it.
Yep.
With Coloradus' permission, I would like to share the pictures of the fan painting with my colleagues at the Arcanum Society, if any of them are familiar with what this might be.
Sure. Any help could... yeah. Colorado seems absolutely baffled by that painting, too. He doesn't want to touch it. For now, he's saying it's because of the criminal investigation, but there might be a bit of a... what if this is important for spiritual reasons, and I would disturb something if I touch it? There might be something like that going on in his mind. You have Human to 51, and you know him well enough by now. You can see the strain on his face, too. This has escalated so badly. It started as a disappearing people act case. And then an entire family disappears of upstanding members of the community, off-rancher, and now basically all the spiritual leaders of the community have been cut down in one fell swoop. It's like having an entire church's staff just eaten.
Arcanum Society and see if they recognize it or might be able to point me in a direction like, is this spiritually significant? Is this involved in maybe this kind of culture or practice? Anything that might give us an idea of what this is.
Yep, it's obviously going to take some time to get replies on that too. They're not sitting by their faxes, and this is a Monday. It's now... they're out on the East Coast, so it's going to be like 9 p.m. when you're sending it out or so.
Yeah.
So the guess is that they'll get it tomorrow or something, and then they might be able to return to you with some information. Is this an entire police department sitting here in the office and feeling absolutely deflated by everything right now because you have no idea where to go with this at the moment?
We have a person of interest, at least.
You have.
I think right now, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think right now we're just waiting for results on things. Like we're
Yep.
waiting for the autopsies to finish up. We're waiting for the fingerprint databases to get back. We're waiting for the Arcane Society.
There's a lot of that.
Yeah. Just time alone with our thoughts. Great.
So much fun.
Yay.
Is it the bar in this town?
What'd you say?
Do you think they have a bar in this town?
I'm sorry, what did you say? I couldn't catch that.
Do they have a bar in this town?
Oh, yeah.
They do.
Okay, that's where I'll be.
What if we all get some drinks and just discuss in a shadowy corner what we've found so far?
That's
And
not
what-
a bad
Yeah.
idea. Yep.
Also, alcohol's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This creepy egg thing, what are we doing with this? Are we, like, ordering equipment to scan it? Are we gonna throw it
You're not
against the
taking
wall
that
and see
to-
what
you're not
pops out?
you're not taking the rock to a bar. It's on the San Carlos police station.
No, yeah, I'm
Aw.
talking to them about I'm just
Okay,
talking
fair
to
enough.
them.
You can't take Rocky to a bar.
Exactly. 3 agents. At the bar.
Once that thing
Sure.
once that thing gets released from what's the word? Evidence, I'm putting googly eyes on it. But in all seriousness, my suggestion is to freeze it just until we have a better idea of what's going on.
What do you all think it is?
Alright, before I forget, I just got information from the autopsy. Apparently, they had been eaten one by one over 3 weeks. Somebody used a knife to cut their flesh off. Bones have knife marks, and of course, they were emptied of blood.
One by one, do you mean that one of them was still alive and whole while the other was being eaten?
I
Yep.
don't
That's
know,
what she
it just
means.
says,
That is exactly
yeah.
what she means.
Yeah.
That's unsettling.
It's an understatement. And if we don't stop this thing here, it's just gonna get out again, move somewhere else.
Yeah, and I look around to make sure nobody else is listening in. Like, this thing needed to eat a lot in the time it was there, and it left behind that thing. And I hate to say it, but I think it's an egg. I think we need to keep it locked solidly in a freezing chamber until we
Yeah.
can get a better idea, because I do not feel comfortable leaving that thing unattended.
What makes you think it's an egg?
Like I said, whatever it was needed to eat a lot while it was in there. Not to mention it's egg-shaped and very light. The shell is malleable, which could be consistent with an egg. And again, it needed, whatever this is, needed to consume a lot of nutrients. And producing something of that size does require a lot of nutrients. I'm just gonna say, like Talbot raised birds, and they eat a lot when they're laying eggs.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
this thing ate 2 people, probably more like 2.5, within a short amount of time, not mentioning other victims we haven't found yet.
We already know there's how many missing persons? So it's been eating all sorts of people.
A lot, yeah.
Just in this area.
About 10 still, yeah. I mean, you've found the big ace, so they're no longer missing, but that leaves, let's see, that leaves a lot of people.
Is there any consistency with what parts of the body are being eaten? Any patterns with that?
Some Braverman was missing the lungs. Have they been eaten or saved somewhere
Just-
as trophies?
Yeah.
As trophy, it's a yacha.
The Kirtleys, that's 2. Royus, Stoltz, and Martin, that's 5. Schrautner and Ollenberg, that's 7. And the Olsons, that makes 9.
Oh. I'm just exhausted.
No doubt.
And I feel like we're just responding. We don't even know how to get ahead of this thing.
As you are getting into this restaurant, as it were, I take it you've been maybe talking to each other a little bit on the road. The community, it's an absolute shock atmosphere in this place. There's not going to be any music playing. There's probably not a lot of talking going on, and everybody's looking at you as you're coming in. Clearly, a rumor has been flying around here.
It's wonderful. We'll take the corner seat, far away from people if possible.
Yeah, they're still going to be looking at you. Not everybody, but every once in a while, someone is looking over towards you. And are they accusing you? Are they just desperate? Are they... Like, there's anger seething in the air, that's for sure.
I mean, their community leaders are all dead.
Yep.
We can't let this thing keep getting away with this. It's not just hurting the people it kills, it's destabilizing entire communities. And who knows what could happen once a community decides to turn on itself or on others. We need to fix this.
Here's a question too. So let's say this egg is an egg, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why would it just abandon it and not take it with it when it fled?
Maybe it wanted us to find it and bring it back into town.
That or it left in a rush because we got here and it just didn't have time to grab it.
Yeah. Either way. Yeah. It wanted to defend this thing up until the point where its own survival seemed impossible. So something in that cave was important to that creature. It is not concerned with keeping the bodies that well hidden. Strange that it would fight to keep us away from the bodies. So I think the egg was what it was really trying to protect.
Yeah.
So whatever that drawing is. Just said it's so many pieces of the puzzle, and yet none of it seems to fit together. And what about the coyote still? Where does it fit in with all this?
Good question. Perhaps the coyote is a guardian trying to point out that something is desperately wrong, but nobody will listen.
The locals seem to not look too favorably upon the coyote.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's not trying.
Well, we need to get an X-ray machine sooner the better. See if there's anything inside of this egg. See if it is an egg, for that matter.
What do we do if it is an egg? Do we just burn it or?
We will cross that bridge when we get there.
Encase it in concrete?
Could use it as bait.
We could, but this thing also fled when it was in danger. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know how much this thing cares for the egg.
And if it left the egg to be brought back to town, it may be ready to hatch. Yeah. We definitely need to get that X-ray machine. I don't know what we'd even know what we were looking at if we even got the machine, but
See if
Hold
there's
on.
anything up inside of it, for one.
Yeah.
Hold on, is there a hospital nearby?
Closest big hospital is in Phoenix, probably.
It might be
There's
easier
a
to get this
clinic
thing to a
here,
hospital.
but not a hospital as such.
It might be easier to get this. Wait, does the clinic have an X-ray?
I would think so, yeah.
Bryony just shoots up from the table and goes to get the egg from the station to take it to the clinic.
Very well.
Enjoy my beer. I'm going to enjoy my beer.
Yeah.
Very well. So I guess you're going to the clinic, having finished your supper very quickly.
I left a 20 on the table.
You
Should
sure
pay
did.
for it in 1990.
Yeah, that should be enough. In 1990, absolutely.
Yeah.
People earned less, so a 20 was like, wow, I earned a 20. That's a lot. And we're going over to the clinic, and someone is going to ask the locals to operate the x-ray machine on the thing.
Yep.
Only we had a doctor.
Yeah, the doctor will be happy to help out. You will have an x-ray picture very quickly, and it's basically a solid white ball. The x-ray does not go through anything.
That's not good.
So it isn't an egg. Or maybe our
Well,
X-rays simply can't pick up on it.
that means that the shell is so dense that the rays are bouncing off of it. The only way to look inside would be to physically open it up. Oh wait, have laparoscopic surgeries been developed yet? Gonna look that up.
Which what?
Just looking up when laparoscopic surgeries became popular to see
I
if that could be done on the
don't
egg.
think that has been invented yet.
And sorry, my cat is not helping me Google this. Oh,
Any
1902.
Colorado's
Huh.
will have gone with you, of course, because it's part of his investigation. But there was nothing in there, or there is probably something in there, or maybe there isn't anything in there. Maybe it's completely solid matter. You can't tell from the x-ray. It feels, now that you've had a chance to handle it, it feels like not quite plastic, not quite metal. Maybe both?
Alien.
I wonder if we could have this shell material tested. See how dense it is and stuff like that.
That would require chipping off something with a saw or whatever.
What?
You do have saws available.
I'm gonna ask Briar to do that, since they seem like the doctor here.
What role would that even be? Is that just
no.
surgery?
Crafts? Some kind of crafts?
When it
Which is
starts,
not architect, but rather... Yeah, I feel like we need to go to the crafts here. Metalworking, maybe? None of you are terribly good at any of that, are you?
Nope.
No.
Are we gonna send for a mechanic? The local town car mechanic. Can you drill into this? Can you saw this open somehow?
Wait, I have 50 heavy machinery. Maybe I can like.
Nah, that's not the thing. This is crafts, not heavy machinery. Um, Colorados will be very skeptical to that. We don't know what we're dealing with here. I don't want to. No, not yet. You said it might be a bomb or something. If we start taking a saw to this thing, then maybe that would set it off.
Would the
Yeah.
X-ray have set off a possible bomb?
Not impossible. On the other hand, X-ray machines are used on airports all the time to discover bombs and luggages. So
I kind of say to Colorado, this shell is incredibly dense. If this was manufactured by somebody, they did not want us seeing what was inside of it. Which is exactly why we should be looking inside of it.
Yes, we should, but we should be looking inside of it with caution.
Exactly.
If we start tampering with it recklessly, maybe call for a bomb squad or something.
I don't think
we have. You are the bomb squad, aren't you?
I am.
Why don't you roll a demolitions check to see if there is any wiring attached to this thing that could possibly make it explode?
Oh.
You have no
shake
idea.
it.
We already shaked it once.
I know. I'm just shaking it again for good luck. I don't hear anything in there.
Nope. And also, it doesn't explode. So, yay.
Yay. It does not explode when shaken. Twice. See? Not a bomb. I am great at my job.
Clearly, yes.
That's supposed to set off from behind the corner going, are we still alive?
If this is a container of some sort, Talbot, if this is a bomb casing, that would be Talbot's vocabulary, then surely you should be able to see some kind of joint or some kind of point on this sphere where it can be opened to insert the actual accelerant and explosive material, like TNT or whatever. And as demonstrated by your roll here, you can see nothing. It's just completely smooth when you're feeling it over, and you can't see any signs of any openings anywhere. If this is a container, if there's something inside it, how do you get inside the thing?
I can think of many methods. You want me to list them from most destructive to least destructive?
Up to you.
Yeah, but containers aren't designed to only be opened with destructive methods. That's the thing.
That's the thing. If it's open with the destructive method, it might go off if it's a bomb. But Talbot, at this point, has no idea whether it's a bomb or not, because there's no wiring you can see, obviously, because you can't see through the surface. There is no... Like, how would you even activate this thing? Yeah.
Colorado's with us, right?
Yeah, he's with you, absolutely. He's not going to let this thing out of his sight. It seems to be a key piece of evidence, at least judging by how the FBI agents are treating it.
As we shaking it. I'll keep the alien conspiracy stuff to myself then.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
So, I think Bryony just looks it over once again and goes, I think if this is a bomb, the outer shell was applied. There have to be at least 2 shells. Let me correct that. This shell must have been applied as a sort of liquid or something that sets, because there are no seams on this or on the X-ray. So that implies to me that this outer layer is not integral to it. I think maybe peeling it back very carefully might give us more details.
How are you going to peel it back?
Scalpel.
An egg is opened with a good bash of a spoon.
Yeah.
If it's a chicken egg for breakfast. But this is not a chicken egg for breakfast. What are we planning to do with this thing here?
Just crack it in the corner.
Yeah, I think it's plasticky, I think you said. Just get a scalpel and very carefully start cutting at the layers until
Well, you're
something
gonna
seems off.
press that scalpel against the surface of this thing, and the scalpel will break before you make even a scratch on this surface.
That's not good.
Not at all.
Can I grab a saw and see if it does the same thing?
You can absolutely try a saw.
Okay.
We're gonna use one of these electric circular saws that have a bit of a punch to them.
I'm gonna try just a regular saw, because I don't want to die.
That makes sense. Okay. You're gonna try to put the thing in a vise or something so it doesn't roll away from you, and then try to saw it open. And after a couple of attempts, you will notice that all the teeth on the saw that have come in touch with this thing are getting very blunt very quickly. Still not a mark on it.
Like, look at Fenton. You seeing this?
I get a lighter and just light a fire next to it. Doesn't just think it responds to heat or fire or temperature or anything.
Nope. No response, apparently.
That was my efforts.
Yep.
So we tried dropping it on the ground?
Yeah.
Just throw it straight.
What the hell are these people doing?
Are you sure this is wise, says Colorado's? Maybe we should let a bomb technician. You are a bomb technician. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's not going to say that. He's just going to stay away and let you guys do it. Maybe he's watching through the glass door or something. Or a glass door is terrible to stand behind in case it's an actual explosive. Okay, he's just not going to be here now because you're doing all the things.
Yeah.
Hey, we got
You don't
some
even
more
have
time.
like bomb squad technician armor on, Talbot. You're a very brave person. Or completely crazy. I don't know which right now.
I failed my OSHA exam. What do you expect?
You
So what I'm
definitely
hearing
failed your
is-
OSHA exam.
What I'm hearing is that Colorado is gone now, which means
It's time for alien conspiracy stuff.
so all this started with a meteor shower, right? What if this is something extraterrestrial?
I drop it on the ground.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it just lands on the ground.
I pick it up
But-
and I slam it against the table.
Okay,
No,
maybe
slam it
we
against
should.
the ground so we don't break the table.
It's not going to break the table. It's just going to bounce off the table and down on the ground again. It's not
Okay,
very heavy, this
that's-
thing.
So it bounces.
It's like what? A kilo? 2 kilos? Something like that? A couple of pounds? A few pounds?
I think we can rule out brute force. And if this is extraterrestrial, that means they came from space and crashed into the ground.
Hitting it with a table might not work.
Hitting at the table might not work.
Force and temperature are off the table. What about sound? Space is a vacuum. Are you
Space
playing
is
like
vacuum.
Metallica or something?
What
I
if
don't know. Sir Mix-a-Lot? What is the thing?
what if there is no way of opening it? What if it's not a container?
Then what is
I mean, I don't know, but it doesn't seem containery. I mean,
it? Seems very egg-like.
it
Fenton?
does seem
Yeah.
egg-like. But I jiggle it. It doesn't sound like there's anything in there.
No, you can't hear anything from inside.
That's how eggs generally are.
I'll be honest, I've never shaken an egg before, so I don't know. It's never occurred to me to try.
Eggs don't usually make sound.
Yeah, I feel like you vigorously jiggle an egg. It might make what? How many
Yeah,
eggs
like
might
a little bit.
Some eggs, like if you've dried out the yolk and
Alright,
egg
hold on.
whites, it might, but
There's a
Yeah.
grocery store below my apartment. Let me run downstairs real fast. Buy some eggs.
But yeah, does the egg respond to noise?
What kind of noise? Obviously, it
guessing
hasn't
high-pitched.
responded to anyone speaking around it because you've been talking for quite a while now.
I'm guessing high pitched.
Are we gonna scream at the thing?
Why not?
Why not? You're screaming at the ball.
I'm just standing next to Blair staring. We're FBI agents.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
We are this country's elite law enforcement.
Yep.
And she is screaming at what she thinks might be an alien egg.
Yep.
What am I doing with my
Nothing
life?
happens.
I turn to Fenton and I go, okay, it's your turn to humiliate yourself in front of everybody.
I
Scream at the egg.
meant to roll sanity, but I'll take it.
With the egg.
Scream at the egg. I don't.
Question your life decisions.
Oh my god.
I non-committally yell at the egg.
You're also yelling at the thing. Nothing happens. It does not suddenly open up.
That's good.
Pocket knife. I cut my hand and I drip blood on the egg.
Okay then.
That was a step.
Interesting. Yeah.
Don't like you taking this long to tell me nothing happened.
Nothing happens.
Okay.
There's gotta be a band-aid here somewhere. Does the thing
Yep.
have band-aid?
There's now
No.
drips of your blood on the surface of this thing.
I washed
Right,
that
no,
off,
you're-
remembering that this is crime scene as evidence.
It is. You have just
Right.
contaminated with your own DNA.
Yeah.
Oh
You're
no.
going to Fenton.
I'm on like this.
We're all professionals here, folks.
It's literally just throwing everything at the wall and seeing what works.
Including the egg, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's try the table saw. Yet to fail.
Yep.
Are we? Is that the last attempt that we're making to open this thing up?
Yeah, why not?
It is night now. It's 9 p.m. So I guess going to bed would be defensible. You've been at this since what, 7 in the morning, something like that.
Yeah.
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 Do we have to take Rocky back to the police station?
Did you name the egg Rocky?
Yes, I did.
Yes, you do need to take the piece of evidence back to the police station.
Okay, can I leave it in a safe or something? Just
Oh, it's gonna go in the evidence locker.
okay, good.
There's gonna be police officers on station, so.
Okay, good.
Oh. I guess by 10, you're all gonna be back in your respective motel rooms after a very long day. This has been just one single day for you guys. It started with things and got worse from there.
Yeah.
Just gonna fall asleep staring at the picture of the sand painting. Just trying to work in his head what this might be.
That makes sense.
You said before it's a man in a suit?
Yep.
Like a Middle Eastern man, you said?
Possibly Middle Eastern, yeah.
In a suit.
Yeah.
Does he have an expression on his face?
It's almost like a passport photo in a sense, for lack of a better way to frame it. It's a good likeness. If you could see someone else, like a picture in a passport or something like that, you would probably be able to identify the person. He's fairly handsome, fairly vital. There's an energy about him, like his eyes maybe. And yeah.
There's nothing that appears occult about this.
No, not at all. It's just a picture of a man. Like, it's like
Gotcha.
someone has used sand, the sand color art, to create a passport photo of this fellow with his.
I keep thinking about the image you had on that map. That's why I kept thinking there was something more occult to it.
There isn't, but face itself doesn't really. Is not something that you would recognize. Someone you should recognize, or is it something? Who knows?
I'm going to burn this image into my mind falling asleep, so when I see him in the morning at the diner, I know to tackle him.
Fair enough. That is, in fact, fair enough. All right. What is Blair's evening routine here as you're going to bed?
She probably just takes off her coat and just crashes on the bed. She's
She's
so tired.
Though
just done with everything.
The person who is the most done around here is really Fenton, to be precise. Because he's exhausted on top of everything else. Talbot, what might we be doing?
Talbot is just fall asleep, still wearing all of her work clothes. Just
everybody's just crashing.
Yeah, it's been a day. At first, she thought she could stay up to keep an eye on the egg, but that is not possible.
Jen, you say that as if we haven't spent all day hiking in the desert thinking of shot at, then trying to open an alien egg. It's been a day.
Yeah. Pretty sure we've gone through over $1,000 worth of medical equipment trying to open that thing, but yeah.
Well.
Oops.
You know what? Sweet dreams. For some of you, but maybe not all.
Oh no, not this music.
What's that supposed to mean?
Blair.
Oh, of course.
You're standing naked under the night sky in the chill desert mountains.
Is this a dream or is this real?
Good question.
Can I pinch myself?
Not quite, no. You can hear a howl. Not really a wolf howl as much as a coyote's howl, but yeah. And you're turning and you see a large coyote sitting on a nearby boulder staring at you. It's tossing its head and turning away.
Is it trying to point to somewhere with how it's moving its head?
Maybe, yeah. When you're not immediately following it, it's looking back towards you again, and
I guess I'm following it.
it's gonna start at a trot along fissures in the mesas and rocky hills until you come to the cave mouth.
The same sacred cave, or is this a new cave?
No, it's the sacred cave.
Oh.
Your nose is assaulted by the smell of blood. There's literally a stream of blood running out of the cave. Coyote's howling mournfully. You feel it in your bones, in your heart, in your soul. There's something dark and malevolent staring inside the cave. There's an air of an abattoir smell rushing out from the cave mouth as a flailing shadow starts to emerge. For an instant, you make eye contact with the coyote. It barks and yips. It sounds like laughter. Looking into the coyote's eyes feels like you're being blinded and scorched by an unseen light. You're falling from an unfathomable height. You're being pulled and stretched across the event horizon of a voracious black hole, like some hideous revelation for you. Wake up. Roll sanity.
What the hell? Oh no.
Oh, that's great.
What happens with a critical failure in Sanity?
You lose exactly as much sanity as you possibly can, which in this case is 6 points. You're gonna go into temporary insanity the moment you wake up with an absolute scream. Are you
Okay.
going to... What is it? Fight, flight, freeze?
There's nothing to fight.
You can start...
I'm gonna say
freeze.
true. I'm gonna say she freezes.
She's
And
just sitting there and hyperventilating for a while. You have no idea of how long.
yeah, she probably woke up with a panic attack and is
Yep.
just frozen there, trying to calm down, which, yeah, probably takes a long time.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while, definitely. As you're sitting up, it's gonna be 4 in the morning or so. There's gonna be a knock on the door. Blair, you're the first one who noticed it because you're the one who's absolutely freaking out right now.
She's not gonna answer instantly. It's gonna take her a moment before she calls out, "Who is it?"
It's the deputies, ma'am. Colorado's once you get dressed and come on right away.
Okay, I'll be there soon. She's just stuttering.
Yeah, the rest of you are also gonna get a knock on the door at the same hour.
What?
Yep. This time, Blair is the one who is exhausted because, frankly, you didn't get much sleep from that dream.
Yep.
But Fenton has
That's
slept at least 6 hours, so you're okay.
Yay. Fenton will just throw on, at this point, some slacks, his boots, and his FBI jacket over a t-shirt. He's not gonna get all dressed up.
Yeah, a deputy is there. You gotta come to the station. There was an attack.
Where's the rock?
I don't know. Let's go.
To the station we go.
How quickly are we getting there?
We're running, or is it like walking distance, or is it like driving distance?
It's a driving distance situation, yeah.
Do our vehicles have lights and sirens?
Lights? Yeah, you can put a siren on top of it, absolutely.
Alright, yeah, we might as well drive code.
Who is driving then?
I'll drive.
I'll drive.
It's not
Oh,
gonna
she'll
be
drive. She'll drive.
you? Okay, roll a drive check to drive recklessly fast to get there as soon as you possibly can.
Oh no!
Oh my
Oh
god.
no!
You were never driving again.
Yeah, I get my license revoked.
Just almost crashes.
I just hand my license to Fenton as soon as we get there.
Yeah, you
Oh
are
my
not going to
God.
be able to get there before everybody else because, yes, you do manage to get stuck somewhere. You're probably careening off the street and into a tree or a lamppost or something, and that's going to hurt. I'm going to say, how about some physical strain? Everybody loses a d6 hit points. Go. You're all in the same car after all.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Jesus, Friday, have you ever driven a car before?
Yes, I swear.
And Phryne is the one who takes the least amount of damage.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
So sorry.
Oh,
Wow.
how did you even do that? There's nobody on the road!
Oh,
Fenton, you've just taken
It's the way-
half your hit points, in damage, which means that you are in fact stunned for a while. Like, you're literally sitting there, and your head is just gonna spin for a while because you got so badly clocked.
Oh my god. Just
And-
whiplash.
Were you
If we could call
wearing
EMS.
seatbelts? Good God. Not blaming you, I'm just curious.
I'm just gonna like slowly turn to stare at her.
I am
And he has,
Blood,
he has
trying
blood coming
close
down.
to
Blood
sobbing.
coming down my forehead.
he has a yeah, exactly, blood running down his forehead, and like just staring at her, like, huh? All the airbags just deployed, all of
I
them.
just hand him my
Oh.
license. I hand Fenton my license. Like, do not give this back to me. Ever. I don't want it back.
I put it in my wallet, not intending to give it back to her ever.
You're gonna drive
Good.
much better next time, because you're gonna have a better drive skill then, right?
No.
Oh my god.
I am not driving ever again.
So I guess by the time you actually get to the crime scene, you are not gonna be first at all. There's gonna be a bunch of deputies there, and Colorados as well, because you guys managed to absolutely mess that one up.
No, I messed that one up. Don't blame them for my mistake.
Fair enough. You messed that one up. Yeah, it's not gonna be a pretty sight, let's just say. As you're getting out there. I think there's gonna be a deputy outside and going, "Oh, you're finally here. What took you so long?"
He just go walk past, not even acknowledging the deputy.
You don't want to know.
I'm not even being rude, I'm still slightly stunned.
That's fair.
Oh no.
Talbot's just walking behind, really embarrassed.
Yeah,
Oh.
I can see that.
Oh.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Where's the egg?
It's bad.
Where's the egg?
Oh man, that guy looks like he's like a SWAT space soldier dude.
I had limited choice for models.
I know, I was teasing you, I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
I was just being a jerk, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's not good. I want everybody to roll another sanity check for violence. Of course, Fenton
Not me.
doesn't have to, because he's automatically gonna pass it.
Yeah, I gotta talk to a therapist.
Oh.
Look at that. So Talbot actually fails it.
This is
Okay,
what I get
water
for
good.
driving like a dumbass.
This is probably... Oh, and you now have lost sanity without going insane from violence 3 times. Feel free to roll a d6 to lose some charisma, and the same amount from every bond. So now we have 2 agents with a 1,000-yard stare. And you haven't even been recruited by Delta Green yet. I feel that is some kind of record, to be honest.
Yay.
8 charisma left, and 3 points from every bond. Because of
I
the
think
shock of seeing this.
I think the driving incident, the violence, and the just knowing that she left the egg there last night thinking it would be fine, but here it's not fine. I think that's all just like finally synapse something.
Something snaps. Yeah.
Yeah, she's just walking around like in random rooms like, where is the egg? Where is the egg?
It was supposed to be in the evidence locker, but when you're getting to inside here, Colorado's is just going to shake his head and say it's gone.
What do you mean it's gone? Where did it go?
Someone took it. The perp, clearly.
Who had a key? Who was here last night? Cameras. Something. We
Well,
cannot have lost this egg.
Let me describe
Talbot.
the scene, if you will. 3 officers were on duty during the night. Colorado's is just staring, right? He can hardly speak these words that he's speaking to you. These deputies, one of the deputies who are here now, is like literally shaking. You can hear some of the deputies outside who are coming in are emptying their suppers outside in the bushes, because it's a bit much for them. They knew these guys. They knew these guys really well. One of them is looking at this carnage. They're sitting propped up at desks. They're handcuffed in place. And they still have their sidearm in the holster. But the flesh of each man's head has been flensed away. You can't see where it is. You can just see naked eyes staring from red, grinning skulls.
You said there were 3 people here. There's only 2. Where'd the third person go?
He's over here.
Okay.
And since these corpses are mutilated, Talbot, and you failed... I'm actually going to ask you to roll a D2, because you're going to lose a little bit more sanity than just the 1.
Okay, so that's the...
No, roll a D4, I'm sorry. Roll a D4.
Okay. Sorry.
And if you roll a 1, we don't add anything extra. We rolled a 2, so we're moving in 1 more point.
Yay.
Yay. Yeah, the evidence locker is empty. There is no ball in there. Yeah, Colorado's is frozen at the moment. He might have lost more sanity than anyone else around here because he knew these guys very well indeed. And finding them like this is just absolutely horrible. So...
I'm gonna walk over, put my hand on Colorado's shoulder and go, Colorado's, why don't you call the state police and get them out here? This has officially escalated into something far more than... I'm just gonna trail off and go call the major, get some more of his people out here, and we're gonna do this. What's that? We'll need to start coordinating with other local authorities. And I'm also mostly trying to get him out of the station for a bit, maybe for his own good.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. He's in a bad way at the moment. You'll hear one of these guys muttering, man, these guys were numb. They didn't even pull their weapons? What the hell happened in here? Who could have done something like this? When Colorado's is finally out of his stupor, he's gonna be like, we need to knock doors right away. We need to see, there must be some witness somewhere in the community. Let's go. No time to lose. Let's go, let's go. You guys too, let's go. Knock doors. Everybody.
Off we go.
I'm gonna find one of the desk phones and call the local FBI field office.
Yeah, and of course, we're gonna call the Arizona State Patrol as well, Major Garrett.
Yeah, possibly Arizona Rangers at this point. This is gonna start escalating into a statewide issue.
Oh yeah, this is officially a manhunt by now, because whoever did this killed police officers, which is not something that any police officer anywhere will take lightly.
They also did it in an extremely gruesome way. Like, this is now going to start bordering on terrorism.
Fenton and the others, feel free to roll a forensics check on the scene. I think you guys are probably the people who have the most qualification in forensics of anyone here, because these locals, they don't do that much.
Come on, roll good. Nope, not going to do it.
All of us.
That's sad.
I think Franny just goes outside.
Bridget
goes
the Luna
outside.
Gonna be the one, but yeah, okay. Then I'd have to roll a sanity check for her too. It's only she'll get to roll her sanity check later. How about that? I can roll her forensics. She doesn't have forensics. Immaterial. There we go. Yeah. So you have no idea how this happened. This person was a ghost as far as you're concerned. Just someone, a complete ghost, sweeps into the police station without any of these officers noticing, kills them all, peels their skulls, literally, grabs stuff from the evidence locker, specifically the rock ball thing that you guys keep calling an egg. That thing. Nothing else from the evidence locker.
There's no cameras in the station at all?
No.
Wow.
They
okay.
never thought they would need one.
So after this, they will.
Yeah.
Or at least they think
oh,
they will.
Definitely. And the magnitude of this, for all of you, will start sinking in when you realize that the entire police force is going to come out here. And, yeah, the entire police force consists now of 6 deputies under Colorado's. The 3 who are lying in there are a third of the police force here.
I'm sure dogs will be brought in at some point with all the various law enforcement that are going to be coming down to this place for a massive manhunt.
I'm assuming you're gonna do what Colorado's asked you with the whole door knocking thing?
I am making phone calls right now.
All right.
Talbot's already halfway down the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're already
Blair
halfway
went
down
off
the street,
too.
of course. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna run around here. Dr. Blair is doing the same thing. An hour of running around in the streets, and all the different officers are doing the same thing, right? They are fanning out, Colorado's too, everybody's out there. And they've grabbed every type of long arm they could, which is like rifles and shotguns. They're not taking any chances at this point, for obvious reasons. And just fanning out, trying to find anyone who might have seen anything. And as everybody rallies back at the station, nobody has seen or heard anything this morning. Though apparently some of the locals said that I woke up, I heard some coyote howling a couple of hours ago.
I'm just gonna say quietly to Talbot and Blair, I'm not so sure the coyote's as a guardian.
Oh yeah, Blair still hasn't talked about the nightmare.
You didn't have time yet, because everything happened so
Yeah.
fast.
Great. So we've got a god and an alien to fight. Amazing!
I do humans. Was that a genuine amazing or?
No, it was sarcasm.
It wasn't, oh my god, we're all gonna die amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I am going to get completely thundered within the next month. Amazing. I almost killed my coworkers and
Yourself.
just saw 3 dead bodies that I'm responsible for. Kind of amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Dawn is going to break. And you will get a fax from the FBI. And of course, the Major has lifted the handle on the other side and gone like, when you call them, Fenton, and gone, oh, shoot. Holy mother of God. 3 of them killed like that? We're coming. Planes, helicopters, you name it. It's gonna take a while, obviously, because the first state patrol cars will turn up here like an hour after when you're done with the door knocking. And after that, there's gonna be like a trickle of people coming in over time. I have a feeling this morning is gonna be one big, we're gonna coordinate everyone situation. But there is gonna be facts coming in from FBI.
Yeah.
Good news, everyone. The fingerprints have been identified. Bad news,
Uh-oh.
everyone. The fingerprints have been identified.
Yeah.
Oh, no. They're the sheriffs back from the first operation, aren't they?
They're mine, aren't
No,
they?
they're not. I just need to update our clues here a bit, don't I?
Don't tell me they're from a person who died in 1861.
They're not, no. Let me just see here. There we go. I thought I had it available quickly, and I was wrong. I'm sorry it's taking a moment for me to upload this, but it will soon be there for you to peruse. There it is. Ugh. I chose the wrong type of thing to add. This is really annoying. Sorry about that. I have to add specifically the right type of file. Apologize. That's the one. And you can now see it. It has been revealed. And here it is.
Dear.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh my.
Oh my. Fingerprints match. 1. Emmanuel Santana. Missing person. Fugitive. Military personnel. National security risk. Born 48. Geronimo, Arizona. Native American Apache. Enlisted 67 in the U.S. Army. Excellent soldier whose outstanding dedication and promise saw him recruited Army Special Forces duty within a year of enlisting. Excelled in unarmed combat, demolitions, small and medium arms, survival techniques, and laterally in intelligence asset realization. Served 2 tours in Vietnam and received a Purple Heart on his 2nd tour for outstanding bravery. Rescuing a wounded comrade who had been captured and removed to an underground command and control network by the enemy. Achieved the rank of Master Sergeant in August 1970. Skill set came to the attention of Central Intelligence Agency, and for his 3rd tour he was seconded to Project Phoenix, operational details of which are still classified today. In 71, he was granted compassionate leave to attend the funeral of his mother, and he went AWOL. The CIA considered his disappearance to be a security risk given the special duties he was performing for Uncle Sam. Fortunately, his desertion attracted more attention than that of the average grunt. Yeah, it was an unsuccessful search, and it remains open and unresolved.
With a long sigh, I'm gonna go back to the phone and call the local marshal's office.
Yeah.
And this, I do believe, now has just become our case.
Colorado's will just nod by the time the shock has left him, and he's gonna just shake his head and say, "But Santana, he's always just been a harmless hermit up in the mountains. He's always been kind and friendly to strangers, never hurt a fly."
I'm gonna freeze up.
This?
You know who this is?
Of course I do. He lives up in the mountains by himself. Never hurts a fly. He's always been ready to help anyone. Shirt off his back.
How far away is his home?
It's up in the mountains, beyond the Sacred Cave.
He lives near the
moving
Sacred
up there,
Cave.
and it's between the Sacred Cave and the Big A Ranch.
Oh.
We could probably, because we had to go on foot to the Sacred Cave, right?
After a while?
After a while, yes.
State police are coming. We could probably take a helicopter over there.
You probably
This
can,
is
yeah.
clearly, this is now, it's like, seriously, we're gonna have to go raid this dude's place.
Yeah.
And yeah.
It's gonna get better than that, my friend, because now it's a manhunt, and as this morning wears on, you're gonna get a serious number of people here.
While
kinda
we're waiting,
Sorry.
no, go ahead.
I pull Fenton aside and I go, I think the parasite might have just switched bodies. If we're going to go after this guy, we need to be quick and careful. Because if he dies and we're there, the thing gets transferred to one of us.
I nodded at her, but I'm also wondering, what if he's after whatever this is too? Whoever was in that cave when we got his prints, they were shooting at us. This thing doesn't seem like the shoot 'em up type. I say, we're referring to the deputies. So why would it use guns and flee from us if it could do all this?
The fingerprints on the bones were literally Santana's.
Because it's gained whatever knowledge he had of what was going on in the
But-
military.
If he, what I'm saying is, I don't know if Santana's is the new host or did all of this per se. Again, why would it bother fleeing from us back when we were out in the middle of nowhere? Why not just make us into its newest victims?
Because it wanted us to take the egg back to the
But
city.
but somebody just took the egg back. So
Yeah, because
that
it
thing just
fed.
returned and took the egg.
Oh yeah, the thing definitely took the egg. I'm not so sure if Santana is the thing, essentially.
Then how else would he have done all of this?
I don't think Santana did this. What if Santana's already had the egg or something, and that thing took it back from us now that we took it from him?
So you mean that the coyote is trying to take the egg?
What I'm saying is, I think Santana is a third player in all of this.
Okay. Makes sense, but either way.
Either way, we need
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, we just need to get to his place.
While you're trying
Yeah,
to
just
make
'cause
heads
he's-
and tails out of this, Colorado's and the deputies, there's going to be so many people coming towards the police station. Like, they're calling for volunteers, and the volunteers are coming out in droves. We're literally looking at 200-ish volunteers in the morning coming to the San Carlos police station, ready to help out and go on this manhunt.
While we're waiting for the small army of people to show up, Dr. Blair, I think I may have a concussion.
This is true.
Yeah, I think I do too.
Is there anything you might be able to do about
You
that?
can definitely do a first aid check on both yourself and Fenton here.
Okay, so just roll it twice.
Yeah.
There's. Oh my god, I'm exhausted. I forgot about that.
You are exhausted. That's sad.
I can't help us. I am way too tired after a nightmare, and I think I'm concussed too.
Yep.
Nightmare. Anything?
There was a coyote in the nightmare, and it led me back to the sacred cave.
Let's just stare at her blinking. Oh, sorry, that's a concussion. You said the coyote? So it was in your dreams as well.
Yes, it was larger than a normal coyote. And it led me back to the sacred cave, and there was just blood coming out of the cave, and something was in there. That the coyote started laughing? I really don't know.
Just kind of put my hand in my head, my head in my hands. Ugh.
Can I try a first aid check?
It has already been attempted.
Oh, okay.
How good is your first aid?
Probably not that great.
Not that good, no. You have a 10. Let's see now. The stuff that you will have access to on this manhunt. Yeah, Major Garrett himself will come, of course, to San Carlos early in the morning. probably through a helicopter, really. You will have helicopters, at least 2 of them, definitely available. You will have trackers, horses, off-road vehicles, spotter planes, night vision scopes, thermal sensor, bloodhounds. There will also be nearby tribes will come and help out with some 50 extra officers, some 20 U.S. deputy marshals. That's also a group of people that are gonna come. U.S. Marshals. So I'm gonna mark them here with 2 stars like that. And of course you have the tribal police officers, who are some 50 of them extra. That's another bunch. And we have, how about also 10 FBI agents from Hobson, of course. The local volunteers can start almost immediately. The others will take a while to get there, but you're gonna get notice before breakfast time, basically, that they're all coming. They're all coming. And here we go, some state troopers. And you know what? I think this is actually, in terms of tempo in the story, the perfect place to pause the story. Because you guys, this is now your baby. The State Patrol will recognize this because the fugitive is, in fact, not even Major Garrett will argue with you this time. Because the fugitive is a federal fugitive. And because this suspect is responsible for crimes across jurisdictional borders, obviously, we're now assuming that all the disappeared people are dead, right?
Yeah.
So,
well, not to mention, we have reason to believe that this is now has an ongoing crime spree that's been occurring across state borders.
That's going to be harder to prove because you would have to connect Santana to those crimes. Though Santana could do it. If anyone could do it with his skill sets, he could have done all of them. But there is no evidence, there's no fingerprint evidence that he was at any of those scenes. As far as, still, if he was responsible for the things happening there, and he is a serial killer of just epic proportions, this would be like the worst serial killer in American history, possibly. At least a contender, because we're talking about 100 victims or so across the country.
I think you're right. We should contact DOD and just drop a few nukes on the region.
That's...
Hey, Fenton, don't you have something in your inventory that could be really handy right now?
and the guy you're hunting is also basically Rambo and James Bond rolled into one. He is a ninja who can move like the shadows, kill people. 3 police officers, at least one of them had Vietnam experience. They didn't even pull out their weapons. There was no gunfight in the police headquarters in San Carlos.
I seriously think that we have 2, if not 3 different supernatural entities right now, all vying for this egg.
Yeah.
Not impossible. But we're not going to find out tonight, are we? We're going to find out next time when you get to organize this massive manhunt, possibly across the entire state, to catch Master Sergeant Santana, who is now on the run, isn't he? Thank you for tuning in, everybody who did, because I saw in the chat there were people. To communicate with Acel, you do it through the chat, and to get updates on Delta Green, you follow the channel, you subscribe on YouTube, you ring the bell, you comment in the section, and who's gonna die first? Will it be Santana or the agents? We don't want to take bets on that, do we? No, we don't. But see you all in a week when we will find out. Bye for now.